GoToWhitney.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Whitney Ullman and we are inside of the Long Bar at the Borgata Atlantic City, and I am sitting next to Mike Sexton. He is a commentator for the World Poker Tour for 13 years since the beginning. Talk to us about being a commentator for so many years.
Well, it's fun. You know, I was a poker player all the years before that, and then I put on a big event in poker and became because of that tournament, you know, I did the commentary for it at the final table because it was my event, and Steve Lipscomb, who later founded the World Poker Tour, he was filming it, and when it was over, he said, "Boy, Mike, that was a great job of poker commentary. You know, the best I ever heard." And I said, "Well, thanks." A few years later, he started the World Poker Tour, and he said, "Mike," he said, "I've got good news and bad news for you. The good news is I want you to be a commentator on the World Poker Tour, and the bad news is you can't play in any of the tournaments if you take the job." So, but it was a new challenge, and it was fun for me, and I was never even a high school play, but it turned out to be a great gig, and we're still going.
You are, and you're in Atlantic City. You're here all the time. What are some of your things that you love to do while you're here in Atlantic City, especially at the Borgata?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. It's very rare I even leave the hotel because this property is just amazing. You know, you don't need to do anything. You got the best restaurants, the best poker room, the best poker tournaments, and the best bars, as you can see. But it's really a fun property. Players love it here, and how can you not? It's truly one of the finest casino properties in the world.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Borgata, the best. And I know that it's televised on Fox Sports Network. Talk to us about the exposure that the World Poker Tour brings to Atlantic City.
Well, I think the World Poker Tour, it caused the poker explosion for sure. We were the first show that was put on in primetime television as a poker show. That was the World Poker Tour. When that happened, poker exploded, not just here in the U.S., but literally globally. So we're in countries all over the world, you know, 56 countries I think the World Poker Tour is shown in, and it's an amazing entity that has just taken off and blossomed, and you know, I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Awesome. Where can we find more information about you and the World Poker Tour?
Well, you just go to worldpokertour.com. You can see the schedule of upcoming events, who's won the last events, and everything you need to know about playing poker is on the worldpokertour.com.
And who were some of your favorite players that you've loved to see over the years?
Well, I'm an old school guy. I've been playing poker since I was 13 and professionally for, you know, over 35 years about. So, you know, I came up with the real legends of the poker world. Guys like Chip Reese and Stu Unger and Johnny Moss and Puggy Pearson, Amarillo Slim. I mean, so those are the guys that I actually grew up in the poker world with. So, you know, having been around those guys and been playing, you know, poker tournaments since 1981, you know, I'm an old school guy. I've been around a lot, and I can remember the old days, and they have a charm to them that they just don't have today. Those kind of players had personalities that you just don't see today. And people say, well, you know, what's the difference in today's player and yesteryear's player? And the truth is, it's the education level of the player today. They're so much smarter today. Now, the guys I grew up with, like Puggy Pearson, Amarillo Slim, high school dropouts, these guys were pool hustlers that found poker games in the back of the pool hall. They found out they could make more money at poker than they could pool, so they started playing poker. But now what you see, highly educated kids, all college graduates, guys from law school, you know, PhDs all playing out here in the World Poker Tour, and thousands of them literally are playing, and you can become so educated so quickly in poker now because of all the education and materials that are out there that truly, if you want to put in the effort and you're sharp like these guys are, you know, you can become a very good player very quickly. Like, you know, players of today could play more hands in 6 months by playing online than I could play in 30 years on tour or when I was playing poker. So, and I played 7 days a week.
Right, exactly, because now it's available online. So do you feel that technology really played a role in the education of poker for the, you know, the generation of today?
Well, no question about it. Online poker is a great place to learn how to play poker. You couldn't come to a casino, for example, like Borgata, and expect to play a 5-cent, 10-cent limit poker game. They just could never afford to spread a game like that. You'd have to start out at $3 and $6 at the minimum. And when you're online, you can literally play for $1 buy-ins and $5 one-table satellites and these kind of things that gain you a lot of experience that you need, you know, as a poker player, and you can learn it cheap online, and it's a fantastic place to learn how to play. And certainly it was the television boom as well as the online poker boom that sort of merged at once, and poker just took off from there.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for all of your advice, and I love hearing all your stories from, you know, the generations ago and to now, and having technology playing a big role in playing poker right now. So you can learn it yourself online. You heard it right from Mike Sexton, the commentator of the World Poker Tour for over 13 years. Make sure to follow me at GoToWhitney for more information about the World Poker Tour right here at the Borgata Atlantic City.